What if everything you believed about your family was a lie? After 30 years of cameras, marriages, and secrets, one simple DNA test would expose the truth Kody Brown never wanted the world to see. A test meant for fun. A quick click on a genealogy app turns into the moment that shatters the Brown family legacy. Tonight, we reveal how one result shook Kody to his core, destroyed decades of trust, and left fans asking, who's the real father? Soft dramatic music fades in. Cut to old sister wives clips, smiling family, wedding scenes, Coyote Pass footage, overlaid with the sound of a heartbeat. It all began quietly, almost playfully. During a family get-together in Flagstaff, one of Kody's adult children, let's call them Logan, the responsible eldest who'd long stepped away from the spotlight, mentioned ordering a DNA ancestry kit. Just for fun, Logan laughed. Everyone's doing it. You can see if you're 2% Scandinavian or something. The wives chuckled. Kody smirked, distracted by his phone. It felt innocent, harmless, a family curiosity like many others. No one imagined this tiny decision would soon explode into a nationwide scandal. Weeks passed, the Brown family, fractured and distant, carried on with their separate lives. Christine was busy filming cooking reels from Utah. Janelle focused on her business. Meri traveled, Robyn stayed quiet in her Flagstaff home with Kody, avoiding the tabloids. Then, one message changed everything. One evening, Logan received an email from the DNA company. Your results are ready. He clicked, expecting to laugh at a few surprise percentages. But as the screen loaded, his smile faded. The section labeled Parent Match didn't make sense. Only one biological parent was listed. And it wasn't Kody Brown. The app showed a 50% match to his mother, and a complete absence of any paternal connection. At first, Logan thought it was a glitch. He refreshed the page. Nothing changed. Then the color drained from his face. He read again. No match to Kody. He stared at the name of the possible paternal relative that popped up instead. A name he vaguely remembered from childhood. A former member of the Browns' old polygamous church. Logan didn't tell anyone right away. For days, he carried the truth alone, scrolling through old family photos, trying to see a resemblance that wasn't there. But secrets in the Brown family never stay buried for long. During a phone call with his mom, Janelle, his voice trembled. Mom, did Dad ever doubt me? Her confusion was instant. What are you talking about, honey? When he told her what the DNA app said, there was only silence. Then Janelle whispered, oh my God. She promised not to say anything yet. But her face that night said it all. For years she'd ignored the whispers, the timelines that didn't quite fit, the tension in Kody's eyes when Logan was born. Now the past came crashing back. But what if Kody already knew? That's the question that would soon turn this private shock into a full-blown family investigation. The more Janelle thought, the more memories returned. The church rumors, the argument she overheard between Kody and a close friend decades ago. The mysterious absence of that same friend shortly after Logan's birth. She dug through old boxes, photo albums, and journals, trying to piece together what she might have missed. Meanwhile, Logan confided in Christine, who immediately warned him, don't tell your dad yet. He'll explode. But Logan couldn't keep quiet forever. He decided to call Kody directly. When Kody answered, his tone was brisk and defensive as always. Hey son, what's up? You need money? No dad, I took one of those DNA tests. Silence, then Kody's voice hardened. Why would you do that? Logan hesitated. Because I wanted to know where I came from. Kody snapped. You already know where you came from. Those companies are garbage. They sell your data to the government. The defensiveness said it all. Kody hung up before Logan could explain what he'd found. That night, Janelle got a text from Kody. Tell him to delete that test. Now, why was Kody so desperate to erase the DNA test? Was it anger or fear? Behind closed doors, Kody's world started crumbling. He called Robyn into the living room, pacing the floor. If this gets out, he muttered, they'll destroy me. TLC will shut everything down. The fans already think I'm the villain. This will prove it. Robyn tried to calm him. But even she couldn't hide her concern. She remembered something too. an offhand comment Kody made years earlier about not being sure during Janelle's pregnancy. TLC's production team, always monitoring the Browns for upcoming storylines, began hearing whispers through crew members. One producer mentioned off-camera, "If this is true, it's bigger than Christine's divorce." Within a week, half the Brown family knew. The other half was pretending they didn't. Then came the fan theories. Reddit threads lit up with speculation. Why does Logan look nothing like Kody? Remember that early episode when Kody got weirdly quiet talking about Janelle's pregnancy? Could this be the secret TLC's been hiding? The rumor caught fire across TikTok and Facebook fan pages. TLC remained silent. So did Kody. But Janelle's cryptic Instagram post, a quote that read "Truth always surfaces, even when buried deep," only fueled the flames. As tension grew, Logan made a decision. If Kody refused to talk, he'd find the truth himself. He contacted the man whose name appeared on the DNA report, the same man once close to Kody in their early church community. That man's reply was short but haunting. "I've been waiting a long time for this message." Camera zooms in on Janelle, staring out her kitchen window as storm clouds gather over Flagstaff. Her phone buzzes. It's Logan again. "Mom, he agreed to meet me." Cut to black. A low heartbeat echoes. When Logan decided to meet the man whose name appeared on that DNA report, he wasn't looking for drama. He was looking for answers. But in the world of Kody Brown, truth is dangerous. Every secret comes with a price, and this one could destroy what's left of the Brown family name. What happens when the man you've called dad your entire life is confronted by the truth he's spent decades burying? Tonight, the whispers become war, and Kody Brown's denial reaches a breaking point. Soft dramatic music plays. Quick cuts, Logan driving in silence, Janelle pacing her kitchen, Kody staring at his phone, Robyn in tears on the couch. The sky over Flagstaff was pale gray that morning, cold, silent and heavy. Logan parked outside a quiet diner just off the highway. He didn't know what to expect. Would the man deny everything? Would he even show up? Then he saw him. Paul Henderson, a face from old family photos, someone Kody once called a trusted brother from the early church years. Paul looked nervous, older now, eyes filled with the kind of guilt that doesn't fade with time. Logan sat down. No small talk. No smiles. Just one question. "Did you know?" Paul's sigh was deep, broken. "I always knew there was a chance. But Kody, he made sure we never talked about it again." The words hit like a thunderclap. Kody knew. Paul explained how, back in the late 90s, before Sister Wives ever aired, Janelle had briefly left the family during one of her separations. In that window she'd confided in a friend, Paul, they'd both been lonely, lost in the strict polygamist lifestyle. When she returned, pregnant, everyone assumed it was Kody's child. But according to Paul, Kody discovered the truth months later after noticing a discrepancy in medical paperwork. Rather than face public shame, he made Paul sign a written agreement. Silence in exchange for distance. Paul moved away. Janelle never knew. TLC arrived years later. The cameras rolled, the family smiled, and the lie became part of the show's foundation. For over a decade, millions watched Sister Wives, but no one realized one of the show's biggest stars was living a lie. How long did TLC know? And how far would Kody go to keep it hidden? Logan drove home in silence, heart pounding. He replayed every childhood memory, Kody's lectures, his cold tone, the constant need for control. Suddenly, it all made sense. He wasn't just treated differently because he was the oldest. Kody saw him as a reminder of betrayal. When Logan told Janelle what he'd learned, she broke down. Tears streamed down her face. Kody knew. All these years, he let us live a lie. The anger was rising now, not just at the secret, but at the manipulation. Janelle called Christine. That same night, within minutes, Christine and Meri were on a three-way call. Stunned, Meri whispered, "It explains everything. The favoritism, the resentment. Kody's been guarding that secret for decades." Christine, always the bold one, added, "And if he knew, that means Robyn probably knows too." When the wives confronted Kody the next day, his reaction was explosive. He slammed his phone down. "This is garbage. Lies from a bitter man trying to tear me down." Janelle's voice trembled but didn't break. Then why did Logan's DNA say otherwise? Kody's face turned red. DNA tests are junk science. Those companies don't know what they're doing. They just want money. Christine fired back. You're lying, Kody. You've been lying since before TLC even started filming. Robyn, sitting quietly, finally whispered, Kody, tell them the truth. Everyone turned. Kody froze. His silence said everything. For years, Kody ruled this family with control and charisma. But one secret has undone it all. And the man who built his world on faith and fatherhood might lose both. Word spread quickly through the Brown kids. Some refused to believe it. Others demanded proof. TLC producers, sensing chaos, arrived at Coyote Pass to film a family emergency meeting. Cameras rolled as Kody stormed out of his truck, refusing makeup, yelling at producers to shut the damn thing off. Meanwhile, Janelle sat in her car crying, her hands shaking. It's not just about the test, she whispered. It's about 30 years of control, of being told what truth we're allowed to believe. Robyn tried to calm Kody, but he lashed out. You think they'll care? You think fans will still watch when they know my family's a lie? Behind the scenes, TLC executives debated halting production. But drama like this, it was ratings gold. They kept filming. Kody's rage turned inward. He stopped answering calls from most of his kids. Meri unfollowed him on Instagram. Christine posted a cryptic story. Truth heals, even when it burns. The internet exploded again. Fans noticed Kody had deleted old photos with Logan. The speculation became unstoppable. Kody finally broke his silence in a late-night livestream. A chaotic, angry rant streamed on Robyn's private Facebook group. This is all fake news. Lies from outsiders who want to destroy me and my family. My wives are being manipulated. But his body language said something else. He looked exhausted, sweating, eyes darting nervously. A man unraveling. Clips of the live stream spread instantly across TikTok. Fan captions read, "He's lying. Look at his face. Pure guilt." The DNA truth broke Kody Brown. That night, alone in her Flagstaff home, Janelle opened an old box, the one Kody always told her to leave alone. Inside was a manila envelope labeled paternity, private. She hesitated, then opened it. Inside were printed pages. The original DNA results from 1998. At the bottom, in Kody's handwriting, "Do not show her ever." Janelle dropped the papers, trembling. It wasn't just betrayal anymore. It was proof of a cover-up. The next morning, she texted Christine one line. He knew everything. Christine replied instantly. Then it's time the world knows too. Cut to dark clouds rolling over Coyote Pass. Kody standing alone, staring at the empty land he once promised would unite his family. Voiceover, denial can delay the truth, but it can't erase it. Every secret eventually finds daylight. After decades of control, one envelope of DNA results, forgotten in a drawer, will erupt onto every screen in America. Tonight the Browns' private truth becomes a public reckoning. TLC steps in. The tabloids swarm. And for Kody Brown, denial is no longer an option. Because the world now knows. Soft music rises. Quick flashes. Newsroom headlines. Paparazzi outside Coyote Pass. Kody's phone vibrating endlessly. It happened on a Tuesday morning. Quiet, gray, unremarkable. Then boom. A gossip site dropped the headline. DNA files expose Kody Brown paternity scandal. Source close to the family confirms. Within minutes, Twitter lit up. Reddit threads exploded. YouTubers uploaded reaction videos. Before lunch, the article quoted a verified insider and even included blurred images of the 1998 DNA results, the same papers Janelle had found. The leak spread so fast that by noon, Kody Brown DNA was trending #1 nationwide. Kody was still asleep when Robyn burst into the bedroom, phone in hand, tears streaming. Kody, it's everywhere. He sat up slowly, confusion turning to fury as he read. Who did this? He shouted. What eked this? By afternoon, TLC's legal team was on the phone. They needed statements, control, spin. A producer called Janelle first. Did you release those documents? Her reply was calm, cold. No, but I'm done protecting him. Christine refused interviews. Meri said she was heartbroken but not surprised. Robyn begged for privacy. TLC issued a vague press release. We are aware of recent reports concerning the Brown family. Out of respect for all parties, production has been paused. But behind the scenes, the network wasn't pulling back. They were doubling down. Cameras arrived in Flagstaff the next day. The chaos was content gold. It's one thing to lie to your family. It's another to lie to millions of viewers for 15 years. When the truth went public, Kody Brown's empire didn't just crack. It crumbled on live TV. Kody filmed his first response video that night, insisting the reports were manipulated. This is an invasion of privacy. My enemies are twisting the truth to destroy my faith and my family. The comments section turned brutal. So who's the real dad? You can't gaslight DNA Kody. TLC should cancel him immediately. Within hours, clips from the livestream made national morning shows. Even late-night comedians joked. Turns out sister wives needed a sister lab test. Kody's fury turned into panic. He called every wife, every child. Most ignored him. Only Robyn answered. "What do I do?" he asked. Voice shaking. "Tell the truth," she said softly. "Or someone else will." 2 days later, TLC organized a family meeting to film a controlled reaction segment. But when Kody arrived, the wives refused to appear beside him. Janelle sat across the room, arms folded. Christine looked ready to walk out at any moment. Producers whispered through earpiece. Cameras zoomed in. Kody tried to open with practiced calm. "I want to clear the air." Janelle interrupted. "You knew, Kody. You knew, and you lied to every single one of us." Kody slammed his fist on the table. "You don't understand what that would have done to us. To the show." Christine stood. "No, we understand perfectly. You cared more about fame than family." The footage never aired, but the studio audience outside heard everything. Someone leaked the raw audio that same night. Fans thought the DNA test was the secret, but the real scandal was the cover-up. Emails, contracts, and a trail of silence stretching back to 1998. And once those receipts surfaced, there was no saving Kody's reputation. An anonymous Reddit user claiming to be a former TLC staffer began posting screenshots, emails between executives and Kody discussing sensitive paternity material. The emails dated back to the show's early seasons. It became clear Kody had confessed his suspicion privately, and the network had helped bury it to protect their flagship show. The backlash was instant. Petitions demanded TLC drop sister wives. Sponsors pulled ads. Even longtime fans felt betrayed. One viral comment summed it up. "We watched a man preach honesty while hiding the biggest lie of all." Kody's business ventures tanked overnight. Speaking events were canceled. His publicist quit. Paparazzi camped outside Robyn's house. Meanwhile, Janelle and Christine filmed an interview together. Smiling, united, calm. Christine said, "Sometimes the truth hurts, but healing only starts when lies end." The clip hit 10 million views in 2 days. Kody saw it from his phone. Alone in his truck at Kody Pass, the empty land stretched before him. The land he once promised would unite them all. He whispered to himself, "They were supposed to follow me." For the first time, there was no one left to follow. A week later, TLC released its final statement. "Due to ongoing family and legal issues, we have chosen to conclude filming with Kody Brown effective immediately." Behind that sterile corporate tone was chaos. The show that once symbolized plural love had become a cautionary tale. But ratings from the scandal special were record-breaking. The network quietly greenlit a spin-off, centered on the wives rebuilding without Kody. Kody attempted one last interview, a sit-down livestream meant to clear his name. He began with tears. "I've made mistakes, but I'm still a father." Halfway through, he froze as a question from the live chat popped up. "If DNA doesn't lie, why did you?" He ended the stream abruptly. That clip became a meme overnight, the image of a man whose empire dissolved with a single question. Night falls. The camera pans across the empty Kody Pass property. Half-built dreams, quiet wind, the faint echo of children's laughter long gone. Voiceover. For years Kody Brown built a kingdom on faith, family, and control. But when truth knocked, the walls collapsed. DNA didn't just expose a secret, it exposed the cost of living a lie. Imagine the entire Sister Wives legacy, 15 years of TV history, hundreds of Sunday night episodes, and millions of loyal fans, boiling down to one single moment in a silent courtroom. Cameras flash outside. Inside, The man who built his life on faith, family, and control is staring at the judge's bench, his jaw locked tight. Kody Brown, the once unshakable patriarch, is about to hear words that will shatter everything he's ever said about honor and truth. Mr. Brown, the judge begins. The biological father has chosen to appear today. Every breath in the room freezes. A tall, quiet man steps forward. The gallery tilts, fans, journalists, and TLC reps all straining to see. His face isn't familiar to the public, but Meri and Janelle exchange a stunned glance. He was part of the Browns' old community years ago. Someone Kody once called a brother in faith. The man's voice trembles but holds. I never meant for this to happen. But I can't let a lie live forever. Kody's knuckles turn white around the table's edge. Robyn grips his arm, whispering something frantic that mics can't catch. The judge signals for silence. On the screen behind them, legal exhibits appear, emails, text logs, and finally the DNA match report itself, stamped with state verification. The moment the DNA document flickered onto that courtroom screen, the narrator's voice trembles. It wasn't just evidence, it was a funeral for Kody's image. The fans who once defended him now scrolled their phones, reading the headlines as his empire cracked in real time. While lawyers argue inside, TLC's legal department is in full meltdown outside the courthouse. Network execs whisper about contract clauses and emergency press releases. A producer mutters, "We filmed a family for over a decade, and never knew this." Camera crews, once invited into the Browns' homes, are now barred by security orders. Every lens pointed toward Kody feels like a weapon. Inside, the plaintiff's table representing the child whose DNA started it all, remains calm. Their attorney speaks firmly. This case isn't about vengeance. It's about identity and truth. Each word lands like a blow. Kody can't hold back anymore. He stands, voice shaking. This is manipulation. You're destroying my family. The judge warns him to sit. The man claiming paternity doesn't react. His eyes stay on the child he quietly calls his own. Court records show years of confusion over timelines, travel, pregnancies, and private separations that never made it on TV. What fans thought were family breaks were actually deeper fractures. As witnesses testify, pieces fall into place. Old photos, letters, and off-camera stories confirming what the DNA already said. When the witness uttered, "Kody wasn't there when the baby was born," gasps rippled across the courtroom. That sentence would echo through every Sister Wives forum and Reddit thread before the day ended. Kody buries his face in his hands. Robyn whispers prayers under her breath. Meri stares ahead, tears streaking silently. Janelle looks at the biological father, half angry, half relieved that the truth is finally out. The judge orders recess. Reporters explode into action. The courthouse steps turn into a battlefield of microphones and flashing lights. Headlines roll faster than the lawyers can speak. DNA scandal rocks Sister Wives. Kody Brown faces courtroom reckoning. TLC stars paternity secret revealed. When the session resumes, the judge delivers the verdict. The DNA evidence is legitimate, and the biological father's claim stands. There will be no more hiding behind faith, contracts, or TV edits. Kody doesn't move. He sits frozen as the ruling echoes through the room. The man who once commanded 4 households can't even command a single breath. Robyn tries to reach for his hand, but he pulls away. Cameras outside catch that moment, and within hours it's viral. Kody rejects Robyn in court. The biological father approaches quietly. He doesn't gloat, doesn't speak to the press. He just places a hand on the child's shoulder, a gesture both tender and final. Kody watches, a storm behind his eyes, realizing that control, the thing he valued most, is gone forever. By the end of the day, TLC releases a statement. "We are reevaluating our relationship with the Brown family in light of recent legal developments." Translation: the show is suspended. Crew members pack up in silence. Fans flood social media with disbelief, heartbreak, and speculation. Some defend Kody, others demand the truth. Hashtags like #DNA of deception and #justice for the child trend for days. In the quiet of the courtroom as journalists clear out, Kody remains in his seat. For the first time in his life, there's no one left to argue with. No camera, no wife, no fan base to validate his version of the story. He whispers one line, barely audible to the bailiff. Tell them I still love my family. But by then, the world has already moved on to the next headline. That day didn't just mark the end of a case, it marked the collapse of a dynasty built on control and illusion. In a world of cameras, contracts, and confessionals, the truth still found a way out. And when it did, it tore the Brown family apart. When the cameras stopped rolling, the silence was louder than any courtroom verdict. That's how one crew member described the end of Sister Wives. The day the lights went out at Coyote Pass, and Kody Brown stood alone in the same desert where he once dreamed of building his forever family. Now the land was empty. The show was suspended. TLC had pulled every remaining episode, and for the first time in his adult life, Kody wasn't being followed by cameras, just by consequences. In the days after the verdict, Kody retreated to Robyn's house, the only one still standing by him, though even that support felt fragile. The blinds stayed closed, phone calls unanswered. A once proud patriarch now shuffled through quiet rooms, replaying the chaos in his mind. TLC's final truck had pulled away 2 nights earlier, taking with it years of footage, hundreds of hours of raw emotion that would now never air. The network's statement called it a pause for review, but the staff knew better. Sponsors had backed out, contracts frozen, and lawyers were drafting exits. Meanwhile, the wives, past and present, had started to speak. Christine posted a message on social media that broke millions of hearts. Sometimes truth hurts, but it also heals. We move forward with love for the children. Meri stayed silent publicly, but changed her profile picture to a blank gray square. Janelle shared a cryptic line, "Peace begins when control ends." Those few words trended for 3 days straight. Every tabloid, podcast, and YouTube commentator had a take. Headlines screamed betrayal and downfall. Longtime fans debated whether they ever truly knew the Browns at all. The same people who once tuned in for Sunday night comfort now watched re-uploads of courtroom footage with disbelief and pity. It wasn't just a scandal anymore. It was a national obsession. Viewers weren't watching a family show collapse. They were watching a myth unravel in real time. Even TLC executives, who had once considered spin-offs and reunion specials, now held emergency meetings behind closed doors. One insider said the phrase, "brand suicide," was mentioned more than once. The once carefully curated image of a large faith-based family had shattered. Every photo from the early seasons, Kody grinning with all 4 wives, children smiling in matching sweaters, now looked like evidence from a different life. Behind closed doors, Robyn struggled to hold what was left of her world together. She believed loyalty meant standing by Kody no matter what, but the pressure was suffocating. Paparazzi camped outside their neighborhood. Her kids faced bullying online. The DNA scandal wasn't just about one child. It had called the entire family's honesty into question. Late one night, Robyn confronted Kody in their dimly lit kitchen. "You can't fix this by hiding," she said. Kody slammed his fist on the table. "I didn't hide. They turned on me. They turned on a lie, Kody," she whispered back. He walked out into the cold, barefoot, pacing under the stars. For a man who had once preached control, every breath now felt like surrender. Weeks passed, then the email came. TLC officially announced the cancellation of Sister Wives. The message was short, respectful but final. "After careful consideration, we will not be moving forward with future seasons of Sister Wives. We thank the Brown family for sharing their journey." No one replied to the thread. For Kody, that email wasn't just the end of a show. It was the death certificate for his identity. Without the cameras, who was he? A husband? A father? Or just a man left behind by his own choices? Meri and Janelle declined interviews. Christine signed a deal for a book, not to expose, but to tell her truth. Robyn quietly deleted her social media accounts. And Kody? He disappeared. Months later, drone footage leaked online. A man walking across the barren land at Coyote Pass. Viewers swore it was Kody. He looked thinner, older, his once blonde curls now streaked with gray. He carried a small box and stopped where the family once planned to build their homes. He opened the box and placed something inside the dry earth. A folded family photo. The same one from Sister Wives, Season 1. He whispered something no mic could catch, and stood there for a long time, facing the sunset. That clip went viral overnight, titled, Kody Brown Returns to the Land That Broke Him. It hit 10 million views in 2 days. Fans didn't cheer or mock this time. They mourned. Because beneath the drama, the lawsuits, and the scandals, they saw a man who had lost everything chasing the illusion of control. In the months that followed, the Browns scattered further. Some moved states. Others changed last names. TLC quietly replaced the Sunday night time slot with a new series. But the shadow of sister wives lingered everywhere. On Reddit threads, fan pages, and endless YouTube analyses dissecting where it all went wrong. Kody tried to reach out to the kids. Some responded politely. Others didn't answer at all. The DNA scandal had left scars deeper than the public ever knew. One night, he recorded a video on a cheap camera. No lighting, no script, just him speaking into the dark. If I could take it back, I would. All of it. The show, the pride, the anger. I thought I could build something perfect. But you can't build a family on fear. He never uploaded it. The world first met Kody Brown as the man with 4 wives and 1 dream, to prove that love could conquer the rules of the world. But in the end, it wasn't law or religion that undid him. It was truth, the kind that doesn't need cameras to be seen. And so the story of Sister Wives didn't end with a season finale. It ended in silence, in the echo of a man walking away from his own empire, leaving behind a family that would forever remember the price of secrets.